We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.
He's not getting mad. He's just getting even. Live from Albuquerque, New Mexico, this is Adam versus the Man with your host, Adam Kokesh.
The utmost manifestation of love and devotion to America is today, as it always has been, resistance of tyranny.
I want my money back. I'm down here drowning in your fat. You got me on my knees praying for everything you lack. I ain't afraid of you. I'm just a victim of your fear. You cower in your tower praying that I'll disappear. I got a list of demands written on the palm of my hand.
Welcome to Adam versus the Man. Now, if you can't tell, this is not Adam. This is Janice, and it is my privilege to sit in for Adam Kokesh, who is in Farmington, New Mexico this evening with the BBC filming a project on star navigation. And I can hardly wait to see what the ending of this is, because right now in the middle of it, I am not sure exactly what he's filming, but I know that he is looking at a sky that is just amazing. So I am Janice Arnold Jones. I actually host another show on KIVA 1550 AM earlier in the day, and perhaps a little gentler than Adam, but I want to remind you that we all stand and fight where we stand, and we may do it differently, but it is important that you do it. You have to stand up and fight not only for what you believe, but for our way of life and for our government. It's the only way that it works. And so I was thinking about what can we talk about on Friday night? And there are so many choices. And I kind of thought I would go back over, and so let me just catch everybody up. Adam was running for Congress when I was running for governor. Neither one of us made it out of the primary. Didn't matter that we were probably the best qualified candidates. That's not, all right. Stop laughing, Mike. Stop laughing. But the truth is our system doesn't always take the best qualified candidates. It doesn't quite work that way, which is why I do say no matter what happens, you have to stand and fight. But I was going over some notes from some of my presentations, and here we are, 4 days before the election, and I'm thinking about what the candidates need to be talking about. And so before I tell you what they need to be talking about, let me just let you know that Tracy is in the control booth. Everybody say hi to Tracy, and we're thankful because this is your maiden voyage. Is that right? First time, Tracy? By yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing great. Doing great.
A little nervous here.
You were wonderful.
Thank you.
And in this, we have a gaggle. Usually Adam does this pretty muchly by himself. I like to have a conversation, so I'm going to invite you to call in right now. The phone numbers are locally 265-1550 or toll-free 877-437-6119. You may also email me at talk@1550kiva.com. I have friends in the studio and husband, because he's not looking at me. So, John, please say hello.
Hello.
Try that again, John.
Hello.
Okay. Kim Hillard is also in the studio.
Hi.
Denise and Mike Meyer are over there. Just say hello.
Hello.
And we are going to have a conversation. And we are going to talk a little bit about election stuff. And then towards the end of the program, we're going to talk about your favorite election films. And I have several, but I just thought I would throw that out there. So I went back and looked at some of the ideas that I had presented in the primary. And here we are, 4 days from the election. And what is most disturbing is we're not talking about any of these subjects. We are talking about, from the Democratic side, how anybody who has a Republican moniker is going to privatize Social Security. Whether they ever uttered that or not, that's what they're doing. And on the Republican side, we are talking about job-killing taxes. Now, we may not like taxes, but I've never seen a tax kill anybody yet. And it's just a mantra. And so what does it mean? It's kind of like saying, We're going to have bold change. No. We're going to have hope and change. No. We're going to have change. So far, the words no longer mean anything. So I wanted to throw out the 10 things that I wanted to talk about as governor and just see if this piques your interest at all. But the 10 things that I thought we needed to do in our state. And this was my top 10. You can put them in any order that you want. But what a governor needed to do. Now, I know that many of you are not in the state of New Mexico. But I suspect, having just talked to friends not only in Kansas but also Kentucky, and in Kentucky it was really funny, their top issue is nepotism. We just legislated anti-nepotism in our state. Just go figure. So here's my top 10. Governors do not create jobs but establish the tone for which economic development and job development can be fostered. A large and intrusive government acts as a barrier to entry for new businesses coming to New Mexico. It also provides a deterrent for existing business to expand or exist in New Mexico. Is this sounding familiar? A culture of corruption provides an excuse for businesses to go anywhere but New Mexico. Without a safe and secure border, businesses will not locate in New Mexico. Immigration should be pursued, and it is welcome, but only if adherence to existing federal and state laws occur and our borders are secured first and foremost. Business expansion and development will not occur unless we provide the best education opportunities to the children of the employees of the businesses wanting to locate in our state. I have worked on something called Project 2012 for about 4 years, and it's a pretty good beginning. Now, I just talked with a gentleman from Maine, and an interesting mantra. And I talked to a friend in Nevada last week. So in Nevada, they're only 48th in education in the nation. Come to find out, in Maine, they're 49th. We're 49th. Excuse me. Wait. Do you think that this might be misdirection? Now, I have lots of numbers to look at. I don't think Maine is quite that bad. I am certain that the state of New Mexico, for all of its money, for all the money that we put into education, that we are not getting the return that we should be getting on it. And let me, for those of you who are not from New Mexico, let me just paint this picture for you. About 63% of the state's total budget goes to education, and we are somewhere around 49th or 50th in the nation in almost any and every measure of education. Okay, so here's the last 3 items in what a governor should be talking about. Businesses will be motivated to locate in a state where taxes are equitable, low, easy to administer, and easy to file. Just imagine a streamlined tax system that would require less than 8 hours per quarter to file. It could happen, and that should be a top priority. Business will not be motivated to move to New Mexico or increase their employment here if they believe one industry is being treated in a more favorable manner relative to any other industry. The film industry is better treated than any other businesses. And last, businesses will not locate or expand in New Mexico unless they know that their dealings with the state are fair, equitable, and transparent. Now, I just ran through 10 items that, by any measure, sound pretty simple. Simple, Mike? Mike is laughing. Not so simple.
Amazingly simple.
But in the campaign trail, have you heard any of these issues really addressed? You know, and what is really sad is across the nation, issues like this, it's in the details that makes a difference. And so when it comes to Tuesday, you know, I must tell you that I have already made up my mind as to who I'm going to vote for governor. But even that person is not addressing what I think we need to talk about. And in many states have the balanced budget requirement just like New Mexico. And they are not talking about the painful cuts that are going to be necessary. And the only way you get to those painful cuts to set those priorities is to talk about it, allow people to kick and scream, and you get comfortable with it because you know you have to do this. You have to do this. But the time where we used the campaign to have that discussion, we didn't do it. So now we have 60 days before we have to legislate. Almost not enough time to create a new government and also have the discussion. Kim, you're grimacing as I say this.
We've needed a discussion. We haven't had it. How are we going to know what the people really believe in? I'm going to solve problems. I'm going to create new jobs, but no details, no particulars, just like you said. I know.
And so, we're going to go ahead and make some choices, but across the nation, and let me just ask you, I actually listened to the national news tonight, and every single one of them said just about what we are saying right now. But this group sitting in this room right this minute, along with Adam Kokesh, we were talking about it in March. And it didn't stick. What's wrong? So we have to take a break, but please know that this truly, truly is a discussion. I like to have a discussion. I want you to call in. If you think this is just an obtuse topic, you can call and tell me that. The phone number is area code 505-265-1550 or toll free 877-437-6119. You may also email us at talk@1550kiva.com. And this is AM 1550 KIVA, more positive talk radio. And this is Janice Arnold Jones sitting in for Adam Kokesh on Adam versus the Man.
Get up, and make the most of your day.